Hi, today we're going to talk about and then play the Karg Elert Etude number 23. This is, of course, from the 30 Caprices, Opus 107. And in number 23, which is marked Adagio Appassionato, quasi-recitativo. Well, we can lose the quasi. It is a recitative, and in fact, it's also a real grand aria. And Karg Elert has managed, in the space of 7 lines, to pack this enormous kind of operatic, dramatic story in. It's really quite amazing how he's done that. Now, I know that you've often been taught that the first thing to do is learn the notes, learn the rhythm, learn all that stuff. And it's all important. It absolutely is. But at the same time, start thinking about what the music means. Don't wait. And from just playing the notes, it's unlikely the music itself is really going to emerge. People tend to let themselves off the hook about this real challenge, the artistic challenge. So let's talk about actually how you do it. Because I know you're also frustrated. All the people say, you must play beyond the notation. You must be a true artist. Well, and then they don't tell you how to do it. That really bugged me as a student, I'll tell you. So anyway, we're going to think about the story of this piece. And the first decision you have to make is, who are you in the story? Are you the narrator talking about other people, or is it all happening to you? Now, you'll need to make your own choice, but I would really suggest that you embrace this. This is happening to you, and this is a story about heartbreak, about love lost, about the challenge of going on in life. And you're also, the next decision you're going to have to make is, how does it end? Is it a happy ending in that, you know, unbroken, unbowed, our hero, that's you, our hero moves on in her life, or his life, or their life, whatever, you know, in the life of all those pronouns. So better, why didn't I just keep it simple and say, your life? And so now, or does it end in just the deepest sadness? Both can work. But depending on where it's going to go, it's going to influence a lot on how you get there. And a lot of writers do this. They write the ending of the story first, so then they know where they're going to, and it makes life much, much more sensible when you are creating and when you're developing an interpretation of a piece that's complex, and this is complex. It's an enormous help to have the sense of whether you are resolving this in a positive way or resolving this, you know, feeling like, oh, just so sad. And it's not to say that if you do feel that it ends so sadly, that life can't go on anyway in another piece. So now, let's take it lick by lick and blow by blow. After that, I'm going to come back and make another video where I just, play through the thing. But here we go. So now, it begins fortissimo, and it says piano, piano, P-I-E-N-O, which is an Italian word for pedal to the metal. Hold nothing back. This is totally passionate. This is not the time to be cool. This is the time to be red hot. So, now, lots of people make the mistake of not translating every word on the page before they start working on the piece. And just kind of, if it was English, it would sort of mean, there's no excuse. We live, and it's so easy now. We live in the age of translate.google.com. Go there, type it in, and see what you get. My mother was a musician, and in her day, every musician had to have a whole shelf full of foreign dictionaries. She had an Italian dictionary, a French dictionary, a German dictionary, a dictionary of musical terms, and of course, an English dictionary too. So you don't have to lug all that stuff around anymore, although sometimes just browsing through a dictionary can be really fascinating. Now, so piano, and in the German, it says mit wohlausladenden, sorry German speakers for my pronunciation, wohlausladenden Ton, which means full, wide, singing sound. So in the beginning, there you are in the grand operatic role. And this is a tricky opening phrase. It may not be possible to play this all in one breath, and it depends, again, on your approach to it. Now, right now, this opening, I'm just saying, something has happened to me. My love has been torn from me. We don't know if she's been, or he, or they, has been torn from your grasp because they've gone to someone else, or perhaps some tragedy has struck, but you are in a tragic state. Another approach to the phrase could be this. Okay, now we're going to get a little further into the story. And I played a wrong note. Let me fix that. Okay, this is something about the storms and the raging seas of passion. And now we come to one of Karg Elert's great phrases, volando, which means flying. And it's clear that he had learned how to play the flute, because you can fly on this one. Now, this chromatic scale motif, it seems very horizontal, but if you play it horizontally like that, it's kind of tepid and doesn't do very much. So approach the chromatic scale much more in the manner that Led Zeppelin would have approached it. Very, very vertical, filled with meaning, intensity, portent. Okay, now, volando. We have to think about the sub-phrasing in there, and don't just count the notes and group them in fours if it fits fours or sixes if it fits sixes. Look at where the phrases actually go. The first sub-phrase really goes to the B. I mean, you could decide also this may be a little too complex for something that's going to go so fast. Okay, and now the second one. Okay, so you could do. And then, of course, it overlaps. That G sharp at the top is the last note of one subphrase and the beginning of the next one. Okay, now, a moment of reflection. Suddenly we're perhaps later in time, sitting in a cafe, remembering. And now the passion is welling up. But we have to accept the truth of what happened. But we don't have to like it. We'd like to change it, go back and change the past. Oops. Well, actually, we're going to have to live with it. So once again, let's just do that whole bit. Okay, from some more yearning. Okay, and now, once again, things are welling up. And now your decision about how this ends has really got to come into play. I've decided that I am going to go on with my life. I will seek love again. So sad what happened. But there's more life to live. All in 7 lines.